on, everybody? Welcome back, Dudes Who Bet Daily, July 23rd, 2023. Got both of the Haltermans with me today to talk a little bit of horse racing and baseball as well. Maybe Papa Dude will chime in on the Women's World Cup, but I would not hold your breath on that one. Let's start with yesterday. Let's start with the Haskell, Aaron, because that was a phenomenal race. Go Rocket Ride, dominant. Mage, I thought, ran huge in defeat. You liked Arabian Night, obviously not what you were hoping from him. The pace was hot early, able to slow it down a little bit, but not really enough to be able to hold off anyone coming. Extra Neo, I thought, didn't run poorly. How many horses out of the Haskell do we get in the Travers?
I would think Extra Nejo is going to be there for sure because he got a bad break, and I think he'll move forward off that race. You never know with Go Rocket Ride. You know, Mandela ships sparingly, so I don't know. Maybe he gets his big one here, and then he waits for a California race. I do think Mage goes for sure, so I'm going to say we get two of them out of there. I thought Go Rocket Ride was outstanding in that race for sure. I thought Mage was going to go right by, and then Go Rocket Ride found some more, so that was good to see from him. And then, Arabian Night was the big disappointment in the race for sure. But yeah, let's give credit to Go Rocket Ride, man. I love that horse. I had him in doubles everywhere, and I couldn't hook him with anybody because I missed the race before. So that was disappointing, but I thought he ran extremely well.
Yeah, it was a fun Haskell for me. I had that exacta quite a bit, and that made a big difference. And my day was able to do well in a tournament because of it. Yeah. I think we get three. I think Go Rocket Ride stays on the East Coast.
I hope so.
At this point, if you send him to the Haskell, why not just keep him here and run him in the Travers as well? Right. He looked phenomenal. He beat what a lot of people would argue is one of the two of the top 3 2-year-olds right now, right? I mean, he beat an impressive group of horses. I wouldn't be shocked if we see 3 or 4 because maybe you'll see Arabian Night there as well. Because this was not exactly the race that he wanted, and I thought he still ran okay in this spot. He didn't want to go 22 and be pressed. So it'd be interesting if we get at least 3 of these back, Papa Dude, because this Travers is shaping up to be a fun race.
Well, I would say the Asmussen horse will definitely stay, and Mage because Pletcher's there. Why would they go anywhere else? So you're right. You nailed it. I think Go Rocket Ride. Why wouldn't they keep him there? He ran so well, and he's one of those horses. I can't figure him out. You know, he runs really good one time, then lets you down, and I don't know. That's the way this crop is. You know, they're hard to figure. It's a hard group. Are there a bunch of good ones, or there isn't anybody? That's the thing. So he was great yesterday. What a race!
That is the question, Papa Dude. Yeah. Aaron, do we have like 8 good 3-year-olds, or is there no great 3-year-old? Right? That's really the question.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Go Rocket Ride ran, I heard the number didn't come back very like he got 100. That's strong, but it's not like crazy strong. But I don't really know. I think the Go Rocket Ride thing is he looked pretty for real to me. I think he's pretty darn good. But I do agree. I don't know what we really have in this crop right now. We have a balanced crop, that's for sure. I don't know if they're all average or all good. Now I'm telling you guys, I followed Mandela forever. I don't think he'll be in the Travers. He is very, very conservative. So it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing with him.
Yeah, Car Ramrod burst in my bubble here saying he's shipping back to California on Tuesday. So no surprise there. Shadi, National Treasure, getting no respect here. He is supposedly headed to the Travers from what I've heard this week as well. So we'll see if that ends up happening. And that's the Baffert we get in the Travers. Also chiming in here that, and this is an interesting one, that the Lion is the best of the Arabians there. Aaron, do you agree or disagree?
You have to agree based on what you've seen out of both of them. I mean, Arabian Lion has ran way better races, right? The Southwest was great from Arabian Night and his special weight, but here lately, Arabian Lion, he's popped a lot bigger numbers. So I think Lion is better, but the fact that Lion wasn't in that race and he's kind of missing and we don't even know where he's pointing next, that doesn't sound good for him. So I don't know. And listen, National Treasure, no offense, it's the worst Preakness winner maybe ever. Blazing Sevens, who almost beat National Treasure, was 3rd in the Curlin and not a good 3rd, a distance 3rd. I have no idea how the Preakness drew like that. And even Mage, who did not run very well, still should have won the Preakness. I have no idea how National Treasure and Blazing Sevens end up being the Preakness winner and 2nd place runner this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those weird spots where situationally it was just the perfect opportunity for both of those horses, where it's a weak field, not any speed. They're able to control the pace, and Mage is coming back off 2 weeks off a career best record or career best effort, and it makes it very, very tough for him to run on by. We'll see what happens. Rodney asking about Cave Rock. This is another Baffert that's disappeared. We have hit the workout tab for a while. I haven't seen him on there for a while, so I would be surprised if we see Cave Rock again at this point, just because of how long it's been. And we get Forte next weekend. He'll be running here in the Jim Dandy, and then moving on to the Travers. Jim Dandy, not going to be a big field, but again, you're going to have another. I would say 2 of the 4 horses probably end up in the Travers out of that race as well. So should be a fun one there too. Pretty crazy what we've got. And Michael Olson saying Cave Rock is at Del Mar. Well, we'll see if he actually runs at Del Mar.
I don't care.
See him again. I wouldn't be shocked if he wins the Malibu. That's the race that Cave Rock has a shot at winning at this point, because that's late enough in the season. All right, let's jump into baseball here, and we'll get into the best bets. We got a horse race for the bracelet day. I'm going to a best bet in a race as well, but we'll start it off with the Braves minus 160 taking on the Brewers. Total sitting at 10. All of a sudden, the NL Central is the best division in baseball. They all just keep on winning. Today, the Braves have the edge on the mound, but the total sitting at 10 tells you they expect both these teams to score some runs, Aaron. What'd you do with this one?
I've been so impressed with the Brewers. I think we all were so high on the Reds to win that division because we didn't think the Brewers were very good, and they were playing awful, during all that time period we talked about. But my goodness, they've turned it around, and they've been winning low-scoring games. They've had great pitching, and when you get to the 7th inning and you're ahead and you're Milwaukee, you don't lose. That bullpen is great once you get to the 7th. So they've been really impressive, and it's been exciting to kind of see them resurge here, as now, like you said, the Reds are not in first in the division, but they're in the playoffs because of the wild card, which is something we did not think. We did not think the Central Division, there was any way they could get 2 teams in. As of now, they are. For this game today, as I go on and on, give me the Brewers. Give me the plus money. Papa Dude played them yesterday and won. I'll take the Brewers today. At plus money, I think they're worth it.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Julio Teheran's a good enough pitcher that he can kind of hold this type of team down if he needs to against the Braves. I'm a little skeptical he's going to be able to do it today, though. Elder, I think, is pitching well right now. I think this is a game where you end up seeing the Braves get an early lead. So I took the Braves minus the half run in the first half of the game here. Not really comfortable with that minus 160, but if you lay the half run, you can get down to about minus 115 for the first half. So give me the Braves minus a half run first 5. Papa Dude, what are you doing here?
Well, I can't get the Brewers right, so it doesn't matter. I just miss them every day.
You got them yesterday.
Well, I got them yesterday, but I wouldn't have bet much on that. I don't like the pitching matchup for the Brewers today, and I'm wondering something: Are the Braves bored? Do you think they're a little bored? They got an 11.5 game lead, and everybody in their division's just kind of treading water. Maybe they're a little bored. They're not playing very well right now. If you're going to bet, over under 10, I don't like those double figures. I think I would go under. The only problem is the Brewers pitchers a little shaky. The Braves may get 7 or 8 themselves. I can't take the Brewers today. I can't with the pitching matchup. So I'm kind of with Mike. I think I'd have to figure out some way to bet the Braves.
Let's move out to another game. 2 teams that are high up in their division standings. The Dodgers minus 120 today, taking on the Rangers. Total sitting at 10 in this one. The Dodgers blow them out 16-3 yesterday in a monster game. Rangers going to try and get it back today. Sheehan on the mound for the Dodgers. He's been rumored to be in Ohtani trades. Perez going for the Rangers here. I kind of like the over, Papa Dude. You just said you don't like over 10s. It feels like these are 2 pitchers that are going to get rattled today. It's a great day to be hitting it down in Texas. Give me the over 10 in here in this spot.
Yeah, now this one you might go with for sure. I have missed the Rangers 2 nights in a row or 2 days in a row. Yesterday they played in the daytime. That was over with really early. And I'm sticking with them today. I just think the Rangers are too good to get swept. And I like the pitching matchup pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Rangers at plus money today to beat the Dodgers.
I'm going head-to-head with Doc here. He's saying his best bet is the under in the Texas Dodgers game. I like the over here. Aaron, what do you got?
Under. It's a lock. Go the under. Play the under. Lock it up. Play it for as much as you want. Under 10 today. No doubt.
He's
surefire.
He's due to have a bad day.
We going to Casamigos on this one, Aaron?
Hey, no, you can bet it with Doc. Doc's got enough money to buy you one.
He can buy the company.
That's right.
It's amazing what it does when you secure cancer. All right, Blue Jays taking on the Mariners. Mariners minus 145 total in this one, sitting at 8.5. This story for Alex, or this season for Alex Manoah, has to be one of the most interesting seasons in baseball. He was hyped going into it. He gets absolutely shelled, gets sent down to rookie ball, gets shelled there, pitches really well in his first game back against Detroit, then gets shelled against San Diego. And here we are as a short dog to the Mariners. Aaron, what do you do with Alex Manoah at this point?
I'm really struggling to get the Blue Jays right day in and day out. That's been my team that's been really, tough to get right. I don't know is the answer. I've started just completely staying away from the Blue Jays games no matter what. So you're right. Very inconsistent from a pitching standpoint. Really a lot of their starters, but he is the one that really stands out. I like the Seattle team quite a bit right now. I think they're playing awfully well. So I took Seattle in this game, and I'd go Seattle first 5 as well in this game. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. But again, if I pick Seattle, that means the Blue Jays win. If I pick the Blue Jays, that means Seattle wins.
These are two teams I refuse to bet on when they're not plus money. And within that spirit, give me the Blue Jays plus 135, right? Because Woo's on the mound for the Mariners, good young pitcher, but he has just as good of a chance to blow up as Manoah does. I think the offenses, I would give a slight lean to the Blue Jays. And I like the Mariners, too. They're a team I don't think gets enough respect. But minus 145, I think, is a little too much respect in this spot. So I'll take the plus money with the Blue Jays. Papa Dude, where are you headed?
Yep, I'm hearing you. The Mariners bailed me out yesterday. Made a great comeback and beat the Blue Jays 9-8. That saved my day. They really helped me out. I'm with Aaron. I struggle with the Blue Jays as well. You nailed it with Milwaukee. That's why I am with Milwaukee. I pick them to win, they get beat. I pick them to lose, they win. And Blue Jays are slightly better, but not much. I really struggled with Seattle early in the year, but I've been on a hot streak with them. I'm with you, Mike. I can't take them at minus 145. So if I was going to bet it, I would either go over the 8.5 or take the Blue Jays.
Yeah, the over is a little interesting too, because if you're playing, it feels like if this is Mariners, it's correlated with Mariners in the over. Because it's Manoah blew up, and that's why the Mariners win the game. So if you like the Mariners, I don't hate the idea of parlaying the Mariners with the over 8.5 there. All right, let's jump into the race of the day. We're going to head to Saratoga, and we got a really nice one today, boys. We're going a mile and a 16th over the inner turf. $32,000 claimers. I picked this one because it is a very tough race. 12 horses in here, wildly difficult, smack dab in the middle of the late pick 5. It's in the late pick 4. We're in the pick 6, Aaron. There's a lot of directions you can go, and there's not a ton of speed in this race. Where are you going to end up on top here in the 8th?
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to go with a horse that I think has not going to be on the lead, but I think has enough speed to kind of keep them in range and then pounce. And that's the number 4, Tass. Kind of on the Papa Dude list of dumb names. I do get that, but I do like the 4 in this spot a little bit here. First time off the claim. Last time out, ran pretty good at a very similar level, got beat a length and 3/4. I really think the 4 is going to sit a nice trip in here from the inside. I think he'll just kind of, I don't know, maybe follow that 2 around a little bit. I do think the 2 is going to get out in front, but I don't think the 2 can hold on. I think 4 gets first run there, gets a good trip. I like that Ortiz is now aboard. Give me the 4 on top.
Well, I've got bad news for you. Ortiz is off all mounts again today after the spill on Friday. But you do have Luis Saez aboard, so not a bad.
That's better. You've got good news for me.
Yeah, especially for his horse that's going to be placed the way that the 4 Tass is going to be placed. Look, give me a little bit of a price. I respect the 10 Cafe Floor, who's going to be your favorite. Chad Brown horse is going to get bet off the board. Has a very, very logical winner here. But give me the 7 horse, R. Callie Kim. Brendan Walsh, first off the layoff here. 17% on 180-plus day layoff, so not worried about that. This horse has tactical speed, but still has a closing kick. I think this is a one that's going to try and sit on the rail, 3rd level back, somewhere in there, sweep out wide and make a run. I think there's enough early pace for someone in the mid-pack to be able to run someone down here. I like the 6-1 price. I think you're going to get every bit of that in this race as well. The one thing I will say, Aaron mentioned the 2. I wouldn't leave the 2 off your pick 5 tickets because there's a very good chance that horse gets loose. Mm-hmm. And Carmouche can take these fields gate to wire. And I realize she's struggled at a mile, and she's been running shorter distances. It feels like this could be one of those spots where you get a 25-1 shot taking this field gate to wire. And if it is, it's going to be the 2 horse. So P.S. I'm using the 2 in most of my tournaments as well. Papa Dude, who are you going with here?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you too. There's another one. Did you look at the 3 at all? That's another one at 20-1 that's been running really well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last 2 starts have been on dirt.
Oh, Lenny Kate, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the races 2 and 3 back were decent. I have a Rosario problem right now.
Okay.
If you're going to play the Rosario, 20-1 is fine.
Okay. Well, that's another one. So the 2 and the 3 are interesting. I'm with you. I kind of like that 7. Our Callie Kim has been running very, very well at higher levels. Another interesting horse is the 11 dropping to the claiming class for the first time ever. And that's after 45 races. First time he's ever run for a claim. It's only won like 5 out of 46 times. So I can't go that one. So I got to pick between the 4 and the 10 and the 7. In this race, I think a longer price is going to win. So I'm going to go with the 7 to win this one.
I like it, Papa Dude. I like that 11 too. I used the 2, 7, 10, 11 in pick 5s. So did go 4 deep there. Left off the 4. So I am going to be against the 4 that Aaron's on there. And that was actually the 5th horse in the race for me, but I just couldn't fit it in with the rest of the ticket. Should be a fun race here from Saratoga. A interesting late pick 5. We're going to be fast and firm day. It's a beautiful day here up in Saratoga. All right, let's jump into the best bets today. Papa Dude, kick us off here with yours.
All right. I'm going to go a parlay today, and I'm going to go with 2 teams that are really playing well and should win this game, which we know what that means. But anyway, the Twins are playing extremely well. They've kind of taken advantage of a light schedule, which is what you got to do in the Central. You've got to win those games against teams that you're better than, and they have. They have a chance to sweep the White Sox today. I like the pitching matchup, and I think the Twins get it done. San Diego is starting to play. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but since the All-Star break, they're playing much better. And they got Musgrove is really pitching extremely well. They're in Detroit today. They should win this game. We're getting plus 147. These are 2 teams that should win. Minnesota at home, San Diego on the road in Detroit. We're getting plus money. I feel pretty good about this one. So I'm going to go Twins Padres plus 147.
Yeah, I don't mind fading the White Sox any chance you get. I would be more worried about the Twins than the Padres. The Padres have been playing well, although I've been a little upset at them because when I bet them, they don't end up playing very well. All right, Aaron, jump into your best bet of the day. Head to the AL East.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw in there the Padres 5.5 games out of the wild card spot right now. So just to throw that out there that they are making a little bit of a run. All right, yeah, I'm going to go with the Orioles here today. It's been a good series here for Orioles and Tampa, battling back and forth as they're trying to get the lead in this division. I think the pitching matchup favors the Orioles. They've won 2 out of 3 in this series. They've got Wells on the mound today, a pretty solid pitcher against Bradley, who's had his ups and downs. I think right now, guys, Baltimore's just the better team. I mean, they've kind of come in here and shown it. Tampa, while still a prime playoff contender, I don't think they're going to lose out on the wild card or anything like that. I think this Oriole team's the up-and-coming team. They've played better in this series. So give me Baltimore here at the plus money. I thought plus 125 was hard to pass up on this game.
Yeah, we've talked about this series quite a bit. I agree with you. I think this is a good call. Bradley, much more likely to blow up than Wells. You're getting plus money with the Orioles, who I think are the better team right now. You mentioned that too. We talked about you played them, I believe it was on Thursday, and they lost a parlay for you. Yeah. The effort just is not there with this Rays team still. And Baltimore seems young and excited to be there. This is just, to me, just one of those spots where the wrong team seems to be favored. So I like this play quite a bit. One I actually considered. Good question in the chat about the Shuvie today.
Okay.
And how do you bet a 4-horse field? Well, let's talk a little bit about it, because my best bet is going to be in the Shuvie here. And it seems a little cheap to play a cold exact in a 4-horse field when the 2 favorites are clearly the 2 best horses. But we talked about this before the show, Aaron. Never bet a win bet in this race. Don't do it, because it's either finishing 2-4 or 4-2. It's going one way or the other. And our goal here is to give a even money or better winner out. Both the 2-4 and the 4-2 exacta will pay over even money. And that's why I'm going to head to the 2-4 exacta, because I think Ness is just significantly better than Clairiere. I thought Ness was to be the better horse, period. You're getting 4 to 5 on the morning line. I think Ness is probably going to be your favorite. She also has a pace advantage, which is a big deal when you're going 1.8 miles at Saratoga in short field races. So I think she gets out there. She makes the lead. I think Clairiere easily runs up for second. I think this exacta probably pays between $2 and $3, which is wildly attractive to me from a just situational perspective, because if I think Ness is winning this race 75% of the time, that means that's hitting 75% of the time, and you're getting 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 on a 75% chance probability. So I think this is a good race to play in exacta. If you like Clairiere, play 4-2. I like Ness. Give me the 2-4. I think this is a great spot to be able to try and make a little bit of money. No, it's not sexy. No, it's not 17 to 1, but it's a pretty easy cold exacta.
I like it. I like Nest a lot in this race, and I just feel like with it being a 4-horse field and there's no other speed, if Nest shows up with any kind of effort, it's super tough for Clairiere. And it's not so much a knock on Clairiere. It's just like, if Nest is like 6 in front, turning for home, like it says she's going to be on paper, I just don't know how Clairiere is going to be able to make up that ground on a quality horse like that. So I'm with you. Like, if Nest shows up, I just feel like it's going to be really tough to beat her today with this kind of situation.
Well, Clairiere is, and this is not a disrespectful way to put this, she's a grinder.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like a 4-horse field that you're going to grind down, right?
No.
This feels like you need to be closer to the pace. You need to be able to have a turn of foot to get by Ness. And that's just not Clairiere's style. Now, if you had played hard or search results or someone else in here that can press Ness early and weaken her up, and then Clairiere can grind her down, that changes the pace. That changes things. But the only horse with any other speed is the 3-horse Carmouche is on it. Outside of Ness, I don't think that you're going to see that horse go crazy. And if you do, Ness is just going to sit right behind the 3. It's not like Ness needs the lead. It's Ness has a pace edge over Clairiere.
Yeah.
Ness just needs to make sure she's far enough ahead of Clairiere. Exactly. Because Ness can sit off and that's fine. So if a horse goes nuts and's out there 4 or 5 lengths, that's really not a big deal to her. The jock of Ness just needs to make sure, hey, I'm 5-6 lengths clear of Clairiere. Because if you are, and then your horse fires, it doesn't matter how much you like Clairiere, she's not going to be able to get there, you know?
Right.
So I
just think go ahead. No, another point too is the horse that goes out to get Nest is going to weaken, which makes Clairiere valuable in that second spot, right?
Oh,
she's going to go get that horse. And the thing about Clairiere, that horse is not going to run bad. Huh?
Clairiere will literally have to fall down not to catch the other 2.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Clairiere is consistent and is going to run a great race. She always does. That's what you can bank on with her, unless something stupid happens.
Shoddy types cries in places of pick 3. We disagreed, Aaron and I, on the race before. He likes the 7. Mm-hmm. I like the 2 and the 4 in the third race because I think they're going to be able to come from off it a little bit. The 5th race, we both like the 6. I think the 7's a little bit of a price for me there, but I think we're both on the 6th and the 5th. Is that correct, Aaron?
Yep. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And so, yeah, we did have a little bit of disagreement in that third race, but yeah, I mean, so you could definitely go that route and you could surround them, but I think what Somich is trying to say is it's like, look, if we get 2 to 3 to 1 on that exacta, it's pretty easy, right? For horse racing terms, you're not going to get a little bit of an easier of a bet because you do, like you said, you might lose 4-2, but you know that unless, like Papa Dude said, something just really dumb happens, it's coming in 2-4 or 4-2. So you just make your decision and go for it.
Well, I just let's roll back to Thursday. Or no, Friday. When I took a best bet in the last race at Del Mar, and it's the 1 horse, we got 2 to 1 on that horse. We were all ecstatic when that thing won. Mm-hmm. We may get the same price for this exact, and it seems significantly easier than that 1 horse winning in the last at Del Mar.
Exactly, 100% correct. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's as close to a gimme as you're going to get, right?
Well, God, let's not talk it out of existence.
Well, what I mean is this is one that you feel good about.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But it's one of those spots where 2 to 1 does seem like there is some value there. And a lot of people sometimes won't play a 2 to 1 exacta.
Yeah.
I would argue that sometimes like this if you get 2 to 1 on this, that's saying it's happening 33% of the time. That exacta hits more than 33% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of have to look at it. And sometimes it's not a sexy bet, but it's a profitable bet. And that's what we're looking to do here.
Right.
All right, let's rip through the best bets before we take off here. Get these pulled up. We've got Papadou taking the Twins and the Padres plus 147. Aaron going to the Orioles plus 125. Give me the exacta Saratoga race number 4, the Shuby 2 with 4. For the week 2 and 4 down $100. For the year up $156. Thank you very much for joining us all week here on Dudes Who Bet Daily. We will be back either Wednesday or Thursday. We're still figuring out the schedule here in the summers. It's a little bit lighter. We'll be back one of those 2 days next week. Same time, same place. Thank you very much for joining us. Good luck with all your bets today. Good luck at Saratoga. Good luck at Del Mar. Don't bet the Women's World Cup unless you're playing unders. All right. Take care, everybody.